Hello, everyone. Ron here from L.T.L. Tutoring Central, and it's story time again. This time around, I'm reading one of my own stories. It is Summer Holiday, written by yours truly, Ronald J. Johnson. So I hope you enjoy it. Before we head in, I just want to mention a couple of things while I'm reading through. You might, or you can come back and look at it again. You might want to watch out for some similes or metaphors, and also how sentence fragments are used. In academic writing, we often say don't use sentence fragments in essays, etc. But in fiction writing, of course, the rules are a little bit different, a little bit more loose, and sentence fragments can be a great way to add punch to certain parts of the story or to help with the flow of the story, add information briefly in the story. So just see, I noticed that I had used a number of sentence fragments within this story, and that's perfectly fine with fiction. Of course, they have to be used in a way that helps the reader and doesn't interfere with the reader's understanding of the story. But I think I've done that. I hope I've done that. You can let me know. Before we head in, also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That helps the channel a lot. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed and liked videos, shared videos, clicked on all the notifications. All of that helps. So if you haven't done that, please go ahead and do that now before we get into the story and start reading. But I am going to share my screen now, if I can find the right button here, and pull this up. I do have a bit of a cough as usual, so we'll see if I can get through this in one take. I'll try to mute myself if that does happen, or we'll just see if I can get all the way through. I do almost all of my videos in one take. I like to be as natural as possible and just as if you were sitting in front of me and we were doing this together. Here we go. Summer Holiday by Ronald J. Johnson. We're not going to make it, the girls screamed from the paddle boat, their legs flashing urgently into and out of the blazing sun. We might go over the falls, Lucy cried loudly, adding to the terror already evident on her best, her very best, her very, very best friend's face. Tori redoubled her effort, forcing her legs to pound upon the pedals as if they were moles at an amusement park. She wasn't going over the falls. I'm not going over the falls, she yelled at the top of her lungs. A shocked kingfisher nearly crashed into a tree as it veered away from its original goal. In fact, the forest was stunned by the introduction of this new species, imaginative teenage girls on vacation. There was a strong breeze today, and Pickle Lake had developed some rather choppy ripples. It was, however, entirely enclosed but for a thin stream in and out. Most of the water was generated from an underground spring. The water was a bit cool usually, but most of the time the surface was as smooth as glass. The nearest waterfall was 56 kilometers away, overland, and entirely disconnected to this modest body of water. These facts, though well known by the girls, did not get in the way of fantasy. Factual life all but disappeared as Lucy screeched, I think I can feel a whirlpool under the boat. And for added effect, I'm serious. Tori, whose job it was to steer, made a valiant attempt to turn the paddle boat toward the shore. When it appeared the boat might actually reach the shore quickly, as they had forgotten how fast they were paddling, Lucy quickly saved the day and forced Tori's hand to spin the boat away from shore again, accidentally. That was a close call, she laughed. Tori, too, began giggling. The reverberating sound of the girls' escalating laughter was almost as surprising to the surrounding landscape as their shrill screaming and hollering had been. The laughter progressed into tears and, stop it! Oh, stop it! I can't laugh anymore. It's hurting. I think I feel my smile muscles going. Where are they going? I don't know, howled Tori. The boat was slowly drifting toward the beach. Both girls had stopped paddling, impossible while laughter volcanoes erupted through their bodies. The summer had been a dream, one day fading into the next's great adventure. The previous day, a distant memory. The heat, the water, the barbecues, chips and marshmallows, and copious numbers of popsicles and soda encapsulated the girls' experiences as they hatched new plots and escapades. As their outbursts of laughter dried up, they began to paddle toward shore in unison. No words exchanged to advise one another. They knew instinctively it was time to return to the beach, were their towels, suntan lotions, by now warm strawberry-flavored cola, and Sam, the mutt, awaited. Sam was patiently lying under a nearby cedar tree, his head resting on top of outstretched legs. Although his eyes would sometimes close for a countable duration, Sam was not sleeping. His watchful eyes scanned the lake repeatedly, looking after the girls. Their screeches and raucous laughter had created no change in his behavior. They weren't near, and their behavior was consistent with his experience. He waited. As soon as the boat began to scrape on the sand, he raised his head, his ears lifting slightly. The girl's legs slipped out over the side, and both Tori and Lucy yelped at the feel of cool water on sun-heated limbs. Tori pulled and Lucy pushed until the paddle boat was safely out of the water's reach. The second Tori's naked feet hit dry sand, Sam leapt to his feet and bounded over to both girls. He was jumping so high he risked flipping over backwards, his spine arching, but then his hips twisting in time to bring him to earth. He never actually touched the girls. Rather, he pranced and performed his acrobatic feats in midair, landing just this side or that. Hello, Sam. Hi, Sam. Hey, boy, are you happy we didn't go over the falls? Hello, hello, hello. Hey, that tickles. Lucy's giggles returned as Sam's fur brushed against her legs. The more the girls protested, the more excited Sam became, weaving and jumping frantically. The more acrobatic he became, the more the girls laughed. They laughed until they cried, holding their stomachs on the grass, now rolling and letting Sam play leapfrog over and between them. The heat of the sun was less oppressive in the shade. The grass, in fact, felt cool on their sunned legs and arms, and Sam caused a breeze and tickling sensation that helped. Eventually, he too tired and lay down 12 inches from Lucy's head. He resumed the relaxed but watchful position, head propped on extended front legs and at least one eye half open. Lucy, it was Mother's voice, the no argument, come now voice. Sam darted to his feet first, but Lucy was not far behind. As she approached the cottage, she saw Mother standing in a way that confused her. The stance was neither angry nor friendly. Lucy's mind worked quickly to determine if she was in trouble and to develop excuses for almost any event, just in case. When she was near enough, she saw Mother's tears. This could be worse, she thought. What have I done? Mother had not moved as Lucy approached. She was frozen in time, her hands flung low into the apron pockets, her shoulders slightly rolled forward. Still, she wasn't to be tampered with as she held her head high, her jeaned legs spread for firm balance. But the tears. In a flash, Lucy's attention swayed from herself to her mother. A fear worse than the original I'm in trouble fear suddenly gripped her, squeezing tightly. In that split second of objectivity, Mother spoke the resounding blow. Pack your things. We're leaving your father. All right, there we go. That is the end. Scrolling back to the top, not quite sure why. Summer holiday. So let me know what you think of the story. I'm going to stop the share for a moment. Let me know what you think of the story. I hope you enjoyed it. It was meant to be a little bit of fun, but also there's a bit of a twist at the end. And as with most of the story, there's a little something dark underneath. Sometimes it's on the surface as well, but this one just a little bit underneath at the end, I think. But I think also think about my microphone is popping here. I'll try not to do that. Think about the use of contrast and also, as I say, simile, metaphor, sentence fragments, and other literary elements that you've learned either from my courses or in other courses that you've taken, or even just on your own. Have a look at it more than once. Usually with short stories, it's good to have a look 2 or 3 times. Same with poetry, over and over again is more helpful to get the full feel and sense of the story. I hope that there was enough imagery in there for you. I drew upon some of my experiences not as a young girl, of course, but just living and or visiting certain places and lakes and summer vacation and that kind of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the story. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you're interested in my personalized tutoring lessons, send me an email. I can send you more information, or we can have a free online information session. That's always available. Just send you days and times, and we try to figure out which ones are going to work. Check out the links down in the description as well. As I say, there are links to my books down there, and yeah, I think I've said all of the admin things. Um, I am looking for my button down here so I can stop it when I'm ready. In the meantime, keep learning, keep having fun. It is Ron from L.T.L Tutoring Central. Until next time, bye bye for now.